Hit the like button if you guys haven't already. We appreciate it. It means the world to us. But also, Brad Holmes wasn't the only GM to speak to the media today, Spenny. And I don't know if you got to see this yet. Nick, I don't know if you got to see this yet. I know, Chris, you have because you upload the graphics. But Green Bay Packers general manager Brian Gutekunst.
Brian what?
Brian Gutekunst.
That can't be real.
Gutekunst. Yeah, I feel like I'm just making up words right now. Had some subliminal shots for the Detroit Lions here. This is pertaining to a question asking about them chasing the Detroit Lions for the division. And in his answer, he said, around here, we've never hung banners for division championships. So it's never been about that. It's a nice starting point, but I think we're always looking for bigger things. End quote. Look at this smug fucking
yeah. Hey, Gutekunst, he hasn't won any Super Bowls as the Packers GM.
He has not.
He is not. Packers have won one Super Bowl in my lifetime.
That is true. I think.
It is true. The only one they won other than 2010 or 2011 was '96, and that was in February, and I was born in September. So in my lifetime, since I've been on the face of this earth, they've only won one. And I understand it's one more than us, but we're catching up to you next year, bud. So you better reset those standards, and maybe you should start hanging banners for being the Lions, because we're going to be tapping that ass for the next years. Lions run the North, man. I know that might not mean anything to you now because you're not going to win the NFC North for a while, but talking shit like you've done all this and you've done all that, you haven't won a Super Bowl in your tenure, man. So maybe you should set the bar a little lower, because if that's where the bar is set, you've been consistently failing since you took over.
Brian Gutekunst, McStukenstoosh, have only won one division since Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes stepped foot in Allen Park. Brian Gutekunst and the Green Bay Packers are only 2-4, currently 2-4 against Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell, the Detroit Lions.
Ooh, I think it's not good.
They stepped foot in Allen Park. That's including the loss that they gave you guys in Lambeau when you had an opportunity to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I get there's a rivalry and there's going to be subtle shots, but to first of all, you just have the look on your face and you think you're better than everybody. You just do. No offense. You have one of those, like, I want to punch you in the faces. You rock
Cheese
it.
dick
You know
face,
it. You look at that fucking Ugg mug every day when you look in the mirror. But to sit there and speak all high and mighty, like you've overcome the Detroit Lions and the new regime's tenure, you're wrong.
Yep.
You're not. And now, because you've already had to see, you know how hungry this organization is already. You know the savages we have, both in Brad Holmes, you see him celebrating, you fucking get goosebumps on your neck. The woo! Breaking Dan Campbell's hand. You know the fucking man that Dan Campbell is. They tried making him a girl for the fuck of it yesterday, and no one wanted none of it. But we would fuck your coaching quarterback. Just saying. We all openly admit to picking your coaching quarterback number one on those lists. You just fed those animals more bulletin board material.
Yep.
You were about to, what were you doing, fam? I mean, I'm glad you did it, by the way. I'm happy. Like, I need stuff to talk about, and they need stuff to chew on as well.
Yeah.
Like, the kneecaps don't suffice. They did any more. Brian Gutekunst, you're going to look like an absolute douchebag by the end of this season.
Yeah.
I'm calling it right now. The Green Bay Packers, you guys were good last year, and you got your shit going along, yes. But by the end of next season, again, I don't think we're going to hang any banners for next year's division win, by the way. Do you think, I mean...
They'll probably add it on there.
You think we'll put it on there?
Yeah.
Even if we do. You're going to eat your words. At one point, you might even be there long enough to see another Green Bay Packers division win.
I was just about to say that. Hey, Gutekunst, I guarantee Brad Holmes' tenure as GM in Detroit lasts longer than yours, bud. So you might want to lower that expectations before you're doing them somewhere else. Because you're not going to get a shot at the NFC. You're not going to be able to hang a division title banner because you're not going to have a shot at it for a while, Gutekunst. Because Brad Holmes is here. He's a much better GM than you are, and he ain't going nowhere. So get ready. Because if your expectations are that high, if the team's expectations are that of you, you're going to be packing your bags pretty soon.
Got a comment in the Wilbur Sports chat from GBDNCENT, and the GB stands for Green Bay Packer, because obviously a Green Bay Packers fan. He says, I mean, he's just speaking for himself. He's speaking historically for the franchise. Y'all overreact. No. There was no reason for him to bring up the around here. We've never hung banners for division championships. We knew what that meant.
Yeah.
We knew what that meant. And maybe it's just a Detroit mentality. We take every little thing you can give us and we make a Michael Jordan meme. Take that personally. but it's okay. That's what we do. It's how we end up on top. I don't want to say we encourage disrespect because we're always gonna like react to it. But when it happens, it's only fuel for us.
Prepared for it.
Yep. It's only fuel for like the city in general, no matter where it's come from. Detroit and the city itself been doubted. That's on a little bit of a comeback too. Matter of fact, we're hosting the NFL draft this year. Doubt us, disrespect us. Like I said, just know it's only be more fuel in the tank for when we're running over your ass when it comes to division wins.
It sucks, man. I understand. Like, you got to hold on to something. And that one Super Bowl that Aaron Rodgers carried you guys through. I get it. Like you I don't know where you were at that time because you weren't in the Packers organization. You weren't the Packers GM when they won that Super Bowl.
He was in the scouting department, I think.
Yeah, you weren't the GM.
Bitch.
So, yeah, you don't get credit for that.
Yeah,
Nobody says, oh, I'm glad Gutekunst scouted that 6th-round cornerback that doesn't play on the team anymore. Gutekunst, get out of here with that bullshit.
More like Goot and douche, am I right, Josh?
Yeah, brother.
Just low-hanging fruit there, it feels like. You know, it was such a special season for the Lions. And, yeah, we're going to hang a banner. Guess what we did at home this year in the playoffs? We went 2-0. Last time you had a home playoff game, lost it to the goddamn San Francisco 49ers. So, yeah, that's what happened when you have been the GM under your tenure. We're 2-0 at home. You're 0-1 the last time you went. So, there you go. See you in the playoffs next year when you come into Ford Field and you look at that banner in a loss. Let's go.
Yes, sir. And again, I think the Packers are probably, as it sits right now, probably the second best team in the division. But that's not the first. So, like, what are we doing? What type of conversations are we having here?
It's all right. You never punch down, though. They're always punching up. You want to take a shot at the reigning kings, we understand. We run the North. And you're just our little brother in the corner, yelling, screaming, trying to punch. But it doesn't matter. Because when we get on the field next year and we clap that ass and we win the North again, we're going to put 2024 on that banner too.
Why is picture ice spice when you said that?
That's the ass to clap.
Yeah. That's the ass the Packers are.
Yeah, hey. How ass the Packers. Whole lot ass. No, all seriousness though, like, and I know we talked a little bit about it like the other day, but like, we're like we should be able to talk our shit, right? I mean, like, we're gonna add to like what we were last year.
For sure, gonna be able to talk our shit. First of all,
because long enough.
We won the division, so we can talk our shit. We can say, we are better than you because we won the division and we won another playoff game. And on top of that, you know, we're gonna do it again next year. So be ready for that.
Want to read one in the chat? Shout out Eduardo for this one. Remember, Nick, same GM that had to put out a statement because we infiltrated that field after week 4.
It's true.
We took over.
Yeah.
That is facts.
Great comment there.
I was gonna make one more point too about like maybe like the division standings there, but I don't remember what it was. It was something somewhat respectful to them, but that's what I was gonna say. Actually,
Phil says Pack is a good team. Pack are a good team.
Yeah, they are.
We're a better team.
Yeah.
We're a better team.
Because here's the thing, too, is like, I think their defense kind of turned it around a little bit in the back half of last year. I know they fired him. They got a new defensive coordinator they're kind of proud about. But, like, Dan Campbell spoke about today. I don't know if we have it in any of our clips. But he mentioned, like, the talking about just, like, Detroit Lions. It's not a Detroit Lions, like, 101 when you're coming into camp this year. It's advanced now. We're on a 401 because we have the same coaching staff, the same schemes. Everything's the same in terms of like your head coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. Now, maybe some position coach changes, but I'm of the belief that philosophy changes. We just want to get you better fine-tuned as individuals with these other like position coach changes. Like, we are steps ahead of like where they're going to be. On top of the fact, again, we're returning everybody to like what was a division champ and an NFC conference contender, if you will. But we're going to add to that in this draft class. And we're also going to, and by the way, Brad Holmes' draft classes, they compete right away. They hit the field right away. And that, I know some of those come from like the top of the draft. Obviously, you have Aiden Hutchinson, Jahmyr Gibbs. But we also have those hits in the back half, too. Amon St. Brown, Kirby Joseph,
James Houston,
Sam Laporta, Brian Branch,
James Houston.
So we're cooking with that as well. Oh, thank you for Brian Branch on top of that, Mr. we don't hang those type of banners around here. Thanks for Brian Branch, bro. Thanks for that.
What's his name again? Golden Douche?
Yeah, Golden Douche.
Poop and scoop.
I feel like I wouldn't have been as aggressive with this if it just, could we just put the quote up one more time? Just the face, dude. Because this is the same face he made when he was making the comment. It was like the dude. I can't even.
That is
it's a little smug cheese dick smile.
Yeah. Smug cheese dick smile. I could have said it better myself. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Can you do it?
That's a square ass head.
Right? Like, it doesn't even fit you. It's just, you have to be that type of guy to have that look. I'm telling you. Hold on, let me try. Not doing it? Nick, you got it in you?
I got the stash in
Yeah,
me
you might have a
right
little
now,
bit in you.
so
Let's see. Smoke. Okay, yeah, you got a little bit. Yeah.
The stash helps me out on that one.
Douchebag. Chris, you just ugly all the time.